time for laughter. We have the guys to filibuster, even though one of them is a jar of mustard. Thank God it's Tuesday. We take a look at comedians, and Charles used to be one. We have a lot to say about comedy. Can you believe Gray is a jar of mustard? And then there's Lapsed. What does he do? And why is here? Thank God it's Tuesday.
Ah, man. That song always brings a smile to my face, man. Someday we will find out why is here. But such a good song. Hell yeah. Well, welcome everybody. This is the show where we take a look at some comedy things. And since it's essentially the first one of the new year, let's take a look back at 2025. What do you say?
Yeah.
So that's the aim of today. But I'm not here alone. I am here joined by Charles. Am I right here? How's it going, Charles?
I'm okay.
2026 greeting you.
So far, so good. I haven't been tortured through any stand-up yet, so I guess there's plenty of time to ruin that.
Well, no new stand-up yet or anything like that, but you've been tortured by quite a few. There's a good portion that you won't forget, and I think that's why I need to have you blind rank a few things for me right here.
Chicken,
So there is
soda.
well, these are going
Warm
to be
socks.
comedians.
Number three,
It's gonna
warm
be comedy
socks.
related, but I think you might kind of get where I'm going on this. But yeah, if you could just blindly rank your favorite, one being the best, five being the worst, without knowing what's coming next. Just what speaks to you, Jerry Seinfeld.
Oh, four.
Okay. Bill Cosby.
Are we
You
talking
see,
about, are we talking about comedians or people?
Yeah, comedians.
Three.
Okay. Ray Romano.
Oh, we're doing guys with shows.
Yeah, pretty much.
So Ray's got to be. I can't legally say, but I'm conflicted. 5.
Five.
how could you rate me
Okay.
5?
Tim Allen.
2.
You have 2 and 1 remaining.
Yeah, two for him, the Tool Man. I actually enjoyed
Okay.
Home Alone, Home Improvement. I enjoyed Home Alone way better than Home Improvement, but that's
I mean,
not
who
what we're
didn't?
talking about.
All right. Well, then that means your number one choice actually goes to George Lopez. So
Fuck,
yeah,
this thing's
Well,
stupid.
that seems satisfying. Well, also joining us with the lovely sound effects, much like a Michael Winslow type, we have none other than the owner of the channel. It is Lapsed Comic Fan. How's it going, sir? How's your 2026 going?
Well, right now, not the best. I know what's coming.
Come on.
You're tricking me
You
into
can't possibly know what's
tricking
coming.
me into looking foolish as usual.
What are you talking about? Who could possibly do that?
Don't ever make the last one for number one.
I-
There's my advice.
Come on. This is up to you, though. It's just your preference. That's all we're trying
It's
to find out.
blind.
We just want to show the audience a little bit more about you.
It's
It is.
coercion.
These are my preferences. These are official, by
Yeah.
the way.
Yeah, no, I mean, there is a web page that I'm in the process of making. Just
Put it
tell me
in
about the things
concrete.
you like. But Laps, I think everyone would like to get to know you a little bit better. So I'm
No,
going
they
to ask
don't.
you to blindly rank your preference. What
right.
do you like more? So there is kind of a theme here, but we'll see if you pick up on it. But yeah, the first one, Jay Leno.
Oh. 4.
4. Okay. Jimmy Fallon.
3.
3. Trevor Noah.
2.
2. Okay. Steve Harvey.
Oh. Fuck. 5.
Okay. And then that means your number one choice is
it's Ellen DeGeneres.
No, it's Bill Maher, man. I know your preferences. Of course. You love you some Bill Maher.
I told you, don't leave one till the end.
Yeah, but look at the rest of them. The only one, like, he gives me nothing good. There's not a good thing on there.
Yeah, it's like Death
We're
by
exploring
Cop.
your preferences, man.
You did it again, Greg. Congratulations.
But they're not preferences. They're your slighted list of the only options I can do.
You're being held hostage.
To
make choices.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I think Luis might have our next top 5 list. You might be blind ranking some Brits in the near future. But we
tried to get me to watch some Brits.
Barely gone into like some Jimmy Carr, but that's about it. But we might be talking a little bit of Gervais today. So
I've seen that. And it's
not specifically yet, but
related
soon,
to 2025.
Yeah.
It's not good.
I agree with that.
It's the opposite. It was the opposite of fun.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a performance.
I mean, Well, what would you guys like to do? Would you like to talk about your favorite specials of the year, or do you want to go into
Are these like blind ranked favorite specials?
No. I mean, you can rank it however you want to. I am kind of blind as to what you've seen, but so I see a comment in there that my Stavi calendar is gone. No, this is the 2026 Stavi one. He's in there. He's just tiny. But yeah,
Ray, since you've seen like 55,000 times more than either of us, why don't you set the bar here?
Yeah, you should do that.
Okay. Are we going
it looks like
ones or
technically
lowest ones?
Okay, so technically I've seen 4 new specials from 2025 and enjoyed.
Surely you've seen more than that. Are you including Unwrapped? Matt Rife's
5 because I saw Burr. I saw Burr as well. Okay. So go ahead.
Okay.
You fill it out and then maybe I'll find out that I'm wrong.
Okay. Well, I've seen 81 that called themselves specials that are released in 79 that called themselves specials that were released in 2025. And then 2 of them that are Brendan Schaub ones, and I'm putting them on some list because we had to watch it for this. So I technically watched like 81 specials, and out of those 81, the worst one to me, number 81, is Gringo Poppy. Just, man, that is the worst special. I wanted to call it an hour, but isn't it like 26 minutes or something like that?
Yep.
It is just the worst bit of stand-up or anything that somebody has attempted to label stand-up that I've ever seen. So even though that wasn't released this year, that is 100% my least favorite experience with comedy of the year.
That isn't even like open mic level material. That's just
there's not material there. It's just a dude talking for a minute. Like I don't know. It's weird. So yeah, my lowest one, it sucks because I like the guy, but man, did it come off super pretentious, especially if you watch The Closer. But yeah, Brian Callen with False Gods. That to me is just the worst new special that I saw. I don't know what happened. I've seen a whole lot of his before and I dug it, but man, the level of like pretentiousness at the end of this. And it's just not my favorite thing. That being said,
I have something beneath Brian Callen.
Ooh.
You do?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
we spent an entire show together discussing it. So you have to
No.
figure out which one.
Oh, he might have
Was that
glitched
me?
out. No.
That's him. No.
It's
Bad times.
one of us froze it, but it's Rat Wife. Rat Wife is my least favorite 2025 release.
I have him
I'll at least on a coin toss, I will give Brian Callen the D+ for effort on trying to have this theme thing with the whole Apple. It's very retrograde, very watered down. Like someone who's seen Carlin but doesn't understand the work that goes into having something go through of it. I don't know, but
I respect the choice. I watched 2 of them that I liked less than that, and I had to watch that one twice. So I watched it with my wife and was like, "Oh, that was so nothing." And then we talked about watching it, so I had to watch it again and dissect that thing. And
do you still prefer?
Oof.
You still prefer Matt Rife to Brian Callen?
I do. It's just how pretentious that closer is and how he ends on it. And then I also kind of heard him talking to Rogan, and it was very much kind of like the burn the boats talk. Like, you don't understand. I have perfected this. I've been working on this for 2 years. This is the special. And then he talked about how he got like Lex Friedman in the audience. And there was, I can't remember exactly everybody that he mentioned, but he was bragging about like how amazing his audience was and how they're all kind of these big shots. And then that's the special we got.
Are these guys doing this material on the road, or are they just doing it for
Yes.
the mothership?
I know he was in preparation for this. He said that he was.
Because I can understand being disillusioned if you're only doing it in Austin.
Yeah. That's a good point. I think that is kind of the home club. But yeah, I did have one that I liked less than Matt Rife's, but a little bit more than Brian Callen's thing. And I didn't know that he's still doing it, but yeah, Larry the Cable Guy actually had a special. It's a gift. Yeah, and I wasn't happy to receive the gift. It was unwelcome. I don't know. It seems like he's just really going into the shtick, and then he had a lot of COVID ones as well, and just it's not my brand of comedy. I just happened to see it that it was available to watch last night.
Do you mean to tell me that the guy who isn't technically a cable guy is actually doing some sort of shtick?
You know what?
I find that hard to
believe.
believe.
Even Larry, rumor has it. But I don't know. So I think that would round out my bottom one, and then the next from that would be Matt Rife. I had him as my.
Oh, that was bad, man. That was like real bad. Like I was upset.
I've seen him be funny.
I was
not saying that he
at that.
Yeah.
Like Gringo Poppy was bad and like just stupid, and I was just like, man, this is horrible. But Matt Rife made me upset. That whole thing was just like, why am I watching this? Like, this is so stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
he doesn't
great. And crowd work as well. It can be good. I think one of my top 15 is crowd work.
Can be good if you're in the building. Crowd work is good for live comedy. Crowd work is not good for people watching at home. I realize this is something of a spicy take because like TikTok is aflutter with crowd work shit, but
yeah, but you know what? TikTok has the brain of a fart. So I mean, like, you know what I mean? Like, we're not really dealing with like cutting edge or like, you know.
Yeah. Tell me in 30 seconds or I don't care.
I'm just saying, I'm looking at a lot of these, and I've got like, so my next lowest one would be Bert Kreischer's Lucky. I did not connect with that one.
And
but like my next 3 are all crowd work specials. So I don't know. I think something about crowd work doesn't work for me as well.
I kept saying Bert Kreischer's thing sucked, and you were like, "Oh, really? Did you watch it right? Did you see? Did you know what you were looking at?"
I just wanted to make sure you watched the right one because
Yeah, it
there's
was
Lucky
horrible.
and there's Secret Time.
Okay, so I know I've seen Secret Time for sure because I remember that, and then I know I saw Lucky because it was the newest. It was the newest one that was on there, and I know I've seen. I think I've seen 3 of his. The other one's probably the Machine one. That's probably what I've seen, but I know there was like 4 or 5 up there, and I know I've seen 3 of the ones that were there.
I mainly just wanted you to watch it. I just wanted to make you experience it. I thought it would be like a lesser Matt Rife, but fair enough. I get what you're.
I have seen other Matt Rife ones where I can say I would rather watch the non-crowd work Matt Rife ones than Bert Kreischer. 100%.
Yeah,
I could tell you that 100%.
I would say the best parts of his unwrapped Christmas crowd work special was kind of his rehearsed bits that were kind of in it. Like he even brought out props for one of them. Hey, what up, WZ? We were just admiring some of your handiwork a little bit before the show.
Yes.
Love your channel. Yes. But yeah, so I don't know. I get you. So those are kind of at my bottom. The next ones, I watched a ton of YouTube specials, and I don't know. It seems like people just kind of were able to get a longer set, so they called it a special, and it just, it didn't feel that special. So I don't feel like calling out a bunch of these kind of smaller comedians, but sadly, that's kind of what goes there. So I don't know. But there were some really cool kind of smaller ones as well. So yeah, I dig a bunch of them. But
yeah, I know.
I don't know. What were some? What was your worst one or two lapsed?
The worst ones that I watched this year. I mean, I can't count Gringo Pop because I saw it whenever it came out. Because I saw the first one, and I thought, here's the funny thing: I saw the first one, I thought that was so bad, right? And I was like, oh my god, this has got to be, from what I heard, even worse. And then when you go back and you compare the first one to the second one, it's like, what happened? Like, at least he was understood. Like the joke telling process in the first one might not have been right. It might not have been good, but then the second one is just like, what are we doing here? So the ones that I did not like at all was the Matt Rife one, the Bert Kreischer one, and the Tom Segura one. I just didn't. There was some funny stuff in the Tom Segura one, but I just didn't really care for those at all.
You talking Teacher?
Yes. Teacher.
Okay, because he had a secondary Netflix.
Oh, I didn't
this year.
No, I just saw the Teacher thing.
Okay,
because I saw the one before Teacher, whatever. Sledgehammer. I saw that one. And that wasn't that like last year, 2 years ago, or something like that.
What was the length of these two specials?
So Bad Thoughts was not a special. It was a show.
Oh, that's his show. Yeah.
A sketch show.
Yeah.
But
that's way funnier than his stand-up was this year.
That's why I wasn't sure when you were saying Tom Segura, you watched his Netflix thing. Both of them were technically Netflix, and he got greenlit for season 2 of that.
I watched the Teacher one. The one where he talks about his kid being called Teacher.
It's not particularly high on mine. I think I have it at number 36. I have him just above Andrew Schultz's Life, but fair enough. I get it. I like me some Tom Segura. I like a lot of his older stuff. But
Schultz had a new one this year too.
He did. It was at kind of the beginning of the year. It was called Life.
Yeah, like I haven't watched nearly as many. I will be now that we're doing this, but like I only honestly started rewatching them, Gray, whenever me and you started this whole thing, because I had been out of watching stuff for so long, and like watching Chappelle's, I thought there was funny stuff in it, but I was disappointed, and I'm sure we'll talk about it later. But yeah, there was the Ricky Gervais one. I didn't get that at all. Like I don't get the whole, like, I can say things that, I was canceled.
But aren't you thankful for him?
No.
He's been canceled, but he's going to keep saying the things.
I know he is the pry bar that is now allowing me to call people retarded again, as if I had stopped at some point, So thank you, Ricky Gervais.
The martyr
what you
that is
guys are
Ricky
saying.
Gervais.
I will die on the hill. He had my 31. He had number 31 on my favorite special.
Well, I just didn't see as many.
So I will die on that hill.
I can't. You know what I mean? I just didn't see nearly as many as you, so I can't put that in an upper or lower echelon.
Have you seen multiple Gervais specials? Lapsed?
Yeah,
I've seen one other one, and I don't know what it is. It was a while ago. I know that.
Was he still talking about not being able to say things?
No.
Okay.
No, this was
must have been
I still think the best thing that he ever did was the freaking speech at the one award show thing that he did.
He did it a couple of times. I think his best work is that running set of years where he did the Golden Globes.
Golden Globes. That's the one where he's in the white shirt in the little like that, and he's like, "Don't worry," he's like, "We're all here. We're all have fun. You're just all awful people, No one wants to hear what you have to say. Don't tell people what they should feel and what they shouldn't feel." That was fantastic. I thought that was good. Like, he does stuff like that great. It's like, I think that was something we were talking about before. Like, are guys better at the stand-up portion or like movie / TV show / character working?
The thing about that is it's perceived as punching up.
Punching up, right? Yes.
Us, the audience, we don't know what it's like to be on that level for celebrities, and for him to give them a ribbing on our behalf is punching up.
Yeah, one for the little guy.
Right. Because Hollywood celebrities.
But
I hate it when they get picked on.
But hey, man, you know what? I mean, you're right though. He is now our Lord and Martyr, Ricky Gervais.
I love me some Ricky Gervais. My main issue with this special is it didn't feel new. Like, if you told me this was from like 5 years ago, I'd been like, yeah, totally.
Right. You're right.
I don't know. That being said, I think he's got like some sharp wit. Like, it's not like Brendan Schaub level or anything like that.
Sure.
No, it's not like Brian Callen to me, where it's just cheese. It's just, I don't know. And maybe he has to get this stuff out. I don't know how long it would take me to come up with an hour of comedy.
You can tell he's a funny dude.
Maybe it would sound.
You can tell he's a funny guy. Like, he can be funny. It's just like you said, the material seemed dated. Like, it just did. There was funny premises in some of the other stuff, but I don't know. Like, when you make your sticky, like the comedians that do their rants, right? When they get into the rant portion, especially if they're a rant comedian, when they do that 15 to 20 minute bit, it better be, very grabbing and very good, because if it's not, and it just seems the audience at home is going to experience it way different than the audience there. Like, so I didn't get into when he was rattling off and off and off and off. It just didn't grab me. Maybe as if I were there, possibly. I don't know. It just didn't get me that way.
Yeah, his first 20 minutes, it just felt recycled. It felt like, oh yeah, you can't say things, but again, you're making millions on this special. You're in a sold out arena. You're on Netflix. How curtailed are you in your canceling? And then to have more material about Anne Frank leads me to believe, why haven't you gotten all of your Anne Frank material out of the way in one
much more Anne Frank for you have?
Come on. If somebody tells you to stop, like, isn't that the first thing you're going to... I believe he's got that kind of contrarian person.
I mean, if he's got that much material, then just make an Anne Frank special. I mean...
That would be amazing. I would kind of like to see the Anne Frank special. I thought it had all been done. I hadn't heard these Frank jokes.
Frankly. Do it from the Anne Frank house to like a fucking a congregation of 2 people. We all fit in here, just like Anne Frank.
Well, fair enough. All right, so we've said some of our least favorites. I guess let's start with you, Labs. What was your favorite of the year? Or what were a couple of your favorites?
it would have, out of all of them, it would have had to have been the Chappelle one, because I thought I liked the beginning stuff. I always love whenever he talks about like his neighbors in his neighborhood and how like he's basically buying up that small portion of Ohio. Like I always think that's funny, because I could just imagine him standing out, because I've seen those places. Like I actually don't live that far away. It's only a couple hours, and there's literally nothing out there. So I could just see him out there just being literally the only black person there, just being an asshole. And it being funny, him showing up to PTA meetings just because, like that. I don't know. I just could see it. I relate to that small town humor, and I like that. I just didn't care for the. We'll leave it. We'll talk about that later whenever you bring it up. There was some stuff that I didn't care for. That would probably be my favorite, because I just haven't watched nearly as many.
So granted, it is kind of the one that dropped. Most recent, well, I guess that wouldn't be said. So between it, Tom Segura, Matt Rife, and there was one other one that dropped right at that time. But it seems to be the one that I'm seeing kind of the most hate for, which is strange
weird,
to me.
Because every time I turn on Netflix, it's always still in the top 10, which is odd.
I mean, it is Chappelle.
Right.
So I definitely don't hate that one or anything like that. I have it at number 10. I have a couple that I found just a little bit more enjoyable this year. I think part of it's just kind of the same thing with well, I guess it's not the same thing. So with Ricky Gervais, I kind of thought that one felt like it's from a few years ago. With the Chappelle thing, it seemed like it was just so topical. I don't know any way that it would be kind of evergreen. And then he goes into like this other story, which I do dig, but I don't know. I just have a feeling it's going to feel real dated real soon, where some of those other ones are really timeless and evergreen.
Well, especially how he ended the show. It's to be very, very,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel from a technical proficiency, his writing is really, really strong. I don't know if the laughs per minute would be there, especially considering he's like just outright telling a story for the last half.
It's more of a lesson, but it's a comical lesson. I would take his class.
That Falcon callback was great.
Some people call it cruel.
I don't. I don't. See, that's the edgy humor that you can do, because you set it up a certain way. It's and what, are people going to not believe that he is actually friends with Stevie Wonder? Because like that was part of the problem last time. I feel like the writing is strong. The laughs aren't as strong. Like I don't know how many comedians can write a new material like that and be able to have it, come back together for the end. It's very Carlinian, if you will, to have this long story that comes back around at the end. And again, Carlin, when he was his best, probably wasn't, rapid fire jokes, but man, when you finished a Carlin set, you were like, Jesus, that was incredible.
Yeah, and some of Carlin's best stuff is like random clips that you'll find, like that someone recorded, like, because like they're just some of the stuff he would say like outside of the camera would just be dude was fucking hilarious, and knew exactly how to set everything up, because he could start it here and then just take you on an entirely different journey, and then it's like, oh yeah, you remember this thing that I dangled here, boom, there it is, and you're just like, fuck, like, oh, there you go, I got it.
Brings you all the way back around. Like, oh fucking hell, all right, that was awesome. That's kind of what I'm not saying Chappelle did it to that extent, but it's similar. It's not quite the same, but it's samey, it rhymes. But yeah, like you said, it may not have any worth if you watch it new in 5 years. Like, but I don't get any of this shit. And I don't know if that makes it worse or what. But
I don't know, because there's a good chunk kind of dedicated to the Riyadh kind of festival and reaction and all that stuff.
I mean, there's stuff like
that's just not a thing, and people are just like, "What is that?" in 5 years. But I guess we'll see.
to be fair, there's stuff that Carlin did in the 80s where he's joking about the Reagan administration. I'm like, I don't know what any of this is referencing.
Yeah.
So
right. I mean, it's sad that I do, but it's almost like the like Hicks with the George Bush stuff. Like with the Republicans, you can if you think of it in the terms of stereotyping, you can get the joke, and just you have to take it for what there's. But I know what you're saying. Yes.
Well, you know, Hicks had the JFK thing that was also a Jesus joke. Like those two people are pretty evergreen. Like 9/11 is going to be something that people know. So
yeah.
Back into the left. It's like, did you see that over here? But no.
Yeah. I hope these subjects don't become as evergreen as those. But
great.
So
you have to mention, sorry, but Eric the Guapo, dude, this is the first time he's seen you. You've destroyed his fantasy.
It's not going to be the last fantasy I destroy. But I'm sorry, sir. The illusion has been broken. Yeah, what can I say? I'm not afraid of getting canceled over on this channel. It's only MSK's channel. So that's kind of the thing. But Charles, I know you said you've only seen 5 or 6. I think it might be closer to 6, even though you said 5.
I think it might be closer to 10 now that I'm going back. I didn't realize.
Okay, I was going to say, are you remembering there's a JJ special? I don't know if you are counting that one.
JJ Abrams?
Yes, that's the one that I'm talking about. Bad Robot. No. Well, okay, let me just ask you straight out. What were a couple of your favorite specials that you saw this year?
So I'm thinking maybe I did see Jim Jeffries is what you're talking about. Yeah. I might have seen.
You were talking about that 2-limb policy a little bit earlier.
I think I did see that. So I really got to get back on my game here. So my top 3 of the year were Bill Burr's Drop Dead Years, Mark Maron's Panicked, and Dave Chappelle's The Unstoppable, which I gave all of them 3 stars. I think I laughed audibly most at Burr, and I appreciated Maron's more in a laugh factor than I did Chappelle, but I certainly enjoyed Chappelle's writing more than anyone else's for reasons we just mentioned. But it seems like that Maron material was the first time someone spoke on behalf of someone that isn't in Austin, and the jokes landed and were quite funny.
He is not a fan of them.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't know if Theo Vaughn was fucked up, but I mean, it was a funny
as of
joke.
Like a week ago, he was on another show, still talking shit. So,
Mark Maron?
It's a war that wages on. Mark Maron, yeah. All of those are on my top 10.
I did see Bill Burr. I totally forgot that. I did see the Bill Burr
Drop Dead Year.
Yeah, yes, yeah. It's hard to.
Yeah, his Hulu special.
Mm-hmm. I forgot about that. I completely forgot, but I did see that.
Yeah,
I liked it.
Understandable.
There's a couple that, I didn't realize I had seen, and then when I kind of went back through, it's like, holy shit. I guess I've seen more than one a week this year. But yeah, number 10, I have Dave Chappelle Unstoppable. Just totally dug that one. At 9, I have one that my wife kind of got me more and more into. The first time I saw it, I was like, what the hell is this? And then kind of the more that she kept kind of repeating back its version of Dicey Dicey. Man, it's kind of earwormed into my brain and heart. But Sarah Squirm live
you asshole.
In the flesh. It is such a weird special, man. What can I say? That comes in just a little above Chappelle for me. Just relax, Charles.
I know exactly what Charles is thinking. He's thinking
that I'm an asshole.
That's exactly what he's thinking.
Ari Shaffir, America's Sweetheart, I have at number 8. Number 7, I've got Mark Maron.
Is that good?
It's good.
Wait. Is that the one where he's on the small stage with like the plant stuff behind him?
Yes, the plant one.
Okay,
yes.
I've seen most of that. I didn't watch it all, but yes, I do.
It's not bad. I like the way that he kind of arranged this hour, but it's nothing compared to Jew. Like Jew is a masterpiece. It sounds like I'm slandering him, but it is his best special, and
that's
just one of the best
best
comedy specials ever. But yeah, this one he's in front of like a plant wall. It's not bad. It stuck with me. I think he released it in like January, so it was really at the beginning of the year. But yeah, at number 7, I have Mark Maron's Panicked. He started a bunch of shit and he went on everyone's show talking shit on Austin, but no, he kind of backed it up and Panicked. For me, I really dug that one. And then at number 6, I have Bill Burr's Drop Dead Years. He's always the GOAT to me, but I didn't see any sort of deterioration in this year. Now, maybe it's because I was backing him on a few videos I made, and then this came out, but I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I think a lot of people are just looking to talk shit on him. But this was before the Riyadh scandal, and I still back him after that. But we might get into that a little bit later. At number 5, I had Joe List Small Ball. I just dig it. I think Joe List really found his voice in the last couple of years, and just man, I absolutely love that one. At number 4, I got Jim Norton's Unconceivable. First off, I love that it's not inconceivable; it's unconceivable. Why not? Great times. And then at number 3, I've got Steph Tolev, who I'm not sure if you're familiar with, Charles, but you did say that you watched Tires season 2. So she is the lovely lady that plays Stavi's wife, if you remember that character at all. But she has this special that was produced by Bill Burr earlier this year.
She starts a fight or something.
Obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, she has to.
I haven't watched Tires.
The dog
season
stopped
2,
barking.
but I thought the first season was funny.
I dig them both. I can't wait for season number 3.
I'm gonna check it out.
Steph Tolev had this really raunchy, over-the-top set called Filth Queen that was a special release on Netflix. I really dug that one. I watched it for the second time a couple days ago, and man, a lot of that holds up. And then she got Bill Burr to participate in a sketch. It was awesome. At number 2, I have Joe DeRosa, I Never Promised You a Rose Garden. Joe DeRosa also just completely found his voice, and man, I absolutely love it. His complaining nature, just for me, this is peak DeRosa.
I think if I were to get back on my game, I could be a Joe DeRosa support act if I got back to it.
I mean, that would be awesome, man. Austin,
I'm saying me at my best. Me at my best is opening for him.
You're coming back.
True. It's a matter of when. But yeah, my number 1 special of the year, it's kind of cheating, but the Horrendous Vile, Jaden gets it. Yeah, man, Joe DeRosa, he's just been hilarious to me, especially for the last couple of years. But my number 1, technically it's kind of cheating because it came out December 31st, 2024. For some reason, he just released it right on New Year's Eve. And man, it's Doug Stanhope's Discount Meat. So it is a special that was filmed at the mothership, but it doesn't feel like any other special of the like hundreds already that have been filmed at the Comedy Mothership. There's something about the way that he takes it on, and it's kind of so first off, he filmed it a couple years ago, and then it was on his Patreon exclusive for a while. Then he just dropped it on New Year's 2024. So just before 2025. But it was all of his COVID material. So he had a closer, and then he had a whole bunch of new material with a closer. So it's kind of interesting that there's 2 kind of double closers, or at least comedians that meta talk about the fact that they have 2 closers in their current act in 2025. That's kind of interesting to me. I wasn't expecting both Dave Chappelle and Doug Stanhope to kind of both be saying that in their special. But
I mean, Stanhope's a dude that I think, regardless of where it's being recorded, people know what type of humor, you know what I mean? He's not going to play. Yeah, he's not playing to whatever city he's in. He's just going to tell his jokes, and he's probably already on like 3/5 of whatever the fuck he's drinking and like his 12th pack of cigarettes. So he just doesn't give a shit. And it is always solid.
I don't know. I really dig this one. Aesthetically, it might really turn you off, but For me, it was one of the most interesting visually comedy specials I've ever seen, even though it's just shot on the stage at the mothership. Like something about this, just it stuck with me. I watched it again a couple days ago, and it's like, yeah, that's my favorite of the year. But there were a lot of other ones.
That's good though. You know what I mean? Like it could be just shot on stage, and like it's probably because Stanhope's, like we've talked about, at least I have, the material holds up. That's what it is. It's just about the material.
Yeah, and the material does hold up, but it's not just the material. It's,
is there like a stage thing going on?
So, I mean, we could play some of it, but yeah, it's just it's presented on multiple like old school televisions, and then the camera is kind of panning in and out. It makes it more interesting than just you're seeing this dude on a stage. And man, just every part about that just gives this vibe that totally works. It's just for me, I had no other comedy experience like that this year. So for me, that one is my cheating version of yeah, my favorite. But technically it was 2024. So I'm a jerk. But yeah, there's some other ones that I really dug. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with James Donald Forbes McCann, but he's this Australian dude and he's funny as hell. But I really dug Hey America that he released. Jim Jeffries' Two-Limb Policy was pretty great. Kumail Nanjiani's Night Thoughts was pretty great. Jordan Jensen finally had an hour-long set, and it is kind of weird where she goes with Take Me With You and kind of her relationship to her father. Still, it is awesome to see like a focused hour set that kind of keeps going on one subject, and it goes further than you may want. But man, just she's shown huge growth. So it's almost on my top 10. And then also dug Rosebud Baker's The Mother Lode, where she did half of it while she was pregnant, and then half of it after she gave birth. And it's an interesting, also kind of one of a kind special. And then the other one that really kind of stuck out to me was Ali Sadiq's My Two Sons. But there were a ton of them, way too many to list all of them. But I dug a bunch.
The thing about stand-ups is, unless like in the rare occurrence and like the once in a generation type talent, like there are like Eddie Murphy, stand-ups usually get better with age. And it takes them a while to really come into their own, which is kind of bittersweet, sort of ironic that Brendan Schaub has had two well before.
Well, one of them was a real one.
Yeah, real.
Fair enough.
I just
one of them was kind of a vanity project on his YouTube thing. Well, I'm just saying, there's a YouTuber named Def Noodles who also has a special like that.
Which one of you showed me? Like, apparently he only had 40. He had 40 spots before he did the show. Was that you?
Gray looked up the amount of times he performed.
Yeah, 40 is insane.
He was just. Yeah, and he was just talking. It was one of them where Brian Callen was not happy after False Gods didn't do the kind of business that he was hoping for. And,
just to give you an idea,
Schaub kind of went into his.
If you only work 2 days a weekend, that's 3 to 4 shows a weekend. You know, Friday one night, Friday one show, Saturday 2 shows. Let's just say he did 2 shows a weekend. He had 10 weekends experience.
Yeah.
Before getting an hour-long
special. A year, at least you get 100. You know, like even just a year, and that's not even anything.
Even if he did it once a weekend, it's not a 1-year experience because it's
not even.
It's also not like a cold audience, though. It was opening for some real killers, and he had other people opening before him. So it's, I don't know. It kind of feels like it's still with training wheels, even if you're counting all of those.
For sure. But the first one he did, I mean, that's in a big, you know, that was totally produced, and that was a big place. Like, that just didn't feel right. I don't know.
You'd be surprised.
It's weird. Like,
no, I would not be.
He felt more.
He felt more polished.
Natural. Yeah, it was really weird. Backwards. How maybe he didn't have time to get worried about sucking yet. I don't know. It's really backwards. Everything about him is so backwards to me.
Yes, very much so.
I would not want a 1-hour special after 40 spots. That's nuts.
No, thank you.
But like, there were some kind of amazing, like Earthquake had a rather interesting special that came out, Joke Telling Business. Man, there was just such saturation. And if you're just looking with not YouTube releases, but like just Netflix or uh, Hulu, HBO, like all of the streaming platforms, essentially, like, man, they're all kind of going at it. It seems kind of awesome that there is this plethora of
I mean,
material that's
it
available.
does, but then there's like the ones like
hate it,
Netflix
man.
just released another, like was some dude from SNL is doing stand up. Like, I don't know, dude.
Some
Yeah.
dude? Are you thinking Sarah Squirms?
No,
Yeah.
no. This is the guy. It just
Okay.
came out like a couple days ago.
Also, my cousin,
I'll find it.
my cousin from Kill Tony did one too. Patterson, Cam Patterson.
Cam? Nice. I apparently haven't logged on to Netflix in a couple days, but I will be checking that out.
I think.
I will be ranking that for 2025 for sure.
In today's day
or
and
26, excuse me.
in today's day and age, YouTube or Twitch, whatever, like if you have enough go get them in you can film your own special you could at least get the word out. And if you have some social media presence and some, I don't know, you could fucking hire a PR team to spread the word. And if your material's strong enough, it could get out there and catch a wave. And it's the best salesmanship you can do if your material is that good. I think it's
much easier to get noticed.
Right. It's comforting where you don't have to. I was going to say you don't have to do the road for 5-6 years, but I think that's part of paying dues. But I don't know anything. It used to be you need to get on a late night show. You need to do 5 minutes before Letterman. You need to do 5 minutes before Tonight Show. It's different now. So I don't know how I feel about it. And
well, yeah, that was the stamp of approval for all the
Right.
club owners to get you your spots. Like
Right.
you get on Letterman or whatever, and it's like, yep, he was good, and then you would do a massive tour after that. And the guy, it releases tomorrow, so it's Marcello Hernandez. He's doing a thing called American Boy. That's the SNL guy. I see it. So I must have not known it drops tomorrow, but I've seen the little preview and stuff whenever I watch Netflix, and I've seen it on on the upcoming stuff. I didn't know that. I thought it had already.
Definitely be
released.
checking it out because I do not understand that dude, but I have not seen a special of his. So hopefully
tomorrow.
I get it after this.
Good old Wednesday comedy. The only thing better than a Tuesday night for comedy is a Wednesday night for comedy.
Hey, Tuesday used to have news radio and Just Shoot Me.
Man, how do you know all these things? What the fuck?
It's Must See Tuesday? I don't know.
Tigu. Tigu.
I loved
news
news radio. I loved it.
So I guess while we're talking about it, are there any specials that you know of that are coming out this year that you're looking forward to?
No, but I think, I'm not positive, but I know my wife loves John Mulaney. She likes him a lot, and I think we might go see him in Bethlehem, PA. He's on a big tour. I think it's like in February or March, I believe. So she's asked to go see it. So I've been looking, and so we might go see that.
I hope you do.
I'm sure we probably will.
I love live comedy. I was supposed to see a couple more shows last year. I had tickets for them, but fortunately my wife broke her leg, and I had the choice to either go to Stavi or go to surgery with her. Yeah, that's what I was telling her, and it's like, but
well, you picked the right thing.
So
pick the right thing.
I don't know. I regret it every day. I should have seen Stavi. But anyway, he got my money for the ticket either way. But hell yeah. I am not familiar with Sam Ray Reina. Sorry, we have a question that said, what about Indian Sam Ray Reina? I am not familiar with them.
Reina. Yeah.
Yeah, let me definitely
I have
Copy
no
that
idea
name.
who that is.
Yeah.
Oh, I've definitely seen that dude around. I am not as familiar. I need to check out his.
That wasn't one of
material.
your 77 specials you watched this year.
Why are you
First
dragging
off,
ass?
it was 79, and no, unfortunately, his isn't one, but it will
bad.
be one that I'm watching this year.
My
What should my 20-minute YouTube special be called this year? Elf Rose Over?
Yeah.
There and Back Again, a Patterson tale.
Well, so one of them that I'm looking forward to this next year is Bobby Lee is finally recording his first special. I actually want to see where he's doing with that. Yeah, I mean,
he never wanted to
he was
record,
more of a live act.
He said he never was going to record.
He's been doing it as long as I have. And still
perhaps
had
even
been doing
longer.
it. Yes.
But yeah, so I want to see what he comes up with, because I've heard kind of mixed things, but a lot of it was really positive. But to be honest, I don't remember a lot of his material. It was kind of more acting out and kind of Bert Kreischer-y and taking your clothes off. So I definitely like to see.
I know. I remember whenever he used to, when he was younger and he was real skinny and had like the like rave kid look, you know, like when he was younger, his material, like some of his stuff was actually funny. Like, cause I would see clips of him, you know, from like Rogan and stuff like that. I would see clips of Bobby Lee and it was always funny, but I don't even know what he talks a lot about, like his mother, and like he might be male Margaret Cho.
Yeah.
Well,
like this
he could be really funny.
He's a different flavor than
100%.
Austin. Like that. I think that's what's great about comedy. Like he should be able to succeed in Austin because it's not the same fucking white guy saying the R word. Like he's funny, and it's just, you know, a different perspective, and it's still funny. So that, you know, what you're saying shouldn't matter. It should be the quality of the material.
You would hope.
Right. And I feel like if you could succeed in LA and New York, but not Austin, I don't know why this became me just taking shots at Austin.
Hey, I'm just saying they're impressive for being so young. The fact that it has created a destination and they're building it up from essentially kind of a broken LA scene.
I need to also stress that I've fallen trap to whatever the algorithm is doing. I keep watching like these comedy apology, whatever these like comedy
apologia.
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah.
And
yeah, there's also comedy historian. There's a few of them out there.
Yeah. So
you might watch the other side too. You could always watch Joke World. That's Joke WRLD. And there's the pro Austin
I think's
side.
Another one.
Yeah, the George Costanza one. I know you're not as familiar with Seinfeld, but yeah, that's a beloved character that he has there, isn't it?
With that said, I've been suggested stuff that has implied. I'm not going to say that this is true, but the implications from some of this content is there are a couple of Kiltoniacs that think they're headliners in somewhere that isn't Austin, Texas, and I don't think that sends out the right vibes. And
but maybe it's what you need. It's a rivalry, and then that makes both parties a little bit more
Biggie Tupac
elevated.
shit in comedy, that'll be fun.
Maybe where you kind of got that going. It's New York versus Austin right now, and
you need to get on that Big Red presentation, Gray, because I want to see 10 separate minutes of Big Red doing quality content.
Okay.
10 separate minutes.
I got you. It's on. So I don't know if we're going back to Austin like next week, but
it doesn't have to be Austin. Just
we'll start gathering now.
A feature, you know, a showcase of the Big Red Machine. Is that what he goes by?
That's one of them. It's also the Sixth Strength Strangler. Yeah, you know, he's awesome, man. I'm a big fan of William Montgomery. But yes, we will definitely be covering him in the near future.
I've heard people like him.
Yeah,
that's what I've heard.
It will make you love him.
I have not been won over by his comedy yet. That's what I will say.
He's an acquired taste. But let me tell you, you will learn to appreciate his level of spice. I think.
Every time I see him, I just think, when's the last time you showered? That's usually what the first thing comes to mind is. And then, please don't stab me.
That could be part of the stage presence. That's Bobcat was like that in the 80s.
That's true.
Yeah, he lit the Tonight Show on fire. Come on. I do view him kind of as that type of deal, kind of the Bobcat-like character. But man, I dig it. I think I can get you to like him. I know. I might even be able to get you to love him.
Devin Townsend took a Tonight Show microphone and stuck it in his ass. I do know that happened.
Yeah,
on TV?
when he was singing for Steve Vai.
Ooh.
Oh, there's a good super chat right here.
I do see that. And
Dark Hinge from the Cold North, 199 super chat. Thank you. Says Tony Hinchcliffe is the most overrated comedian. ...
I mean,
he's a very good open mic host, is what I will say. He hosts
not an open mic, man. It is a hell of a talent show.
He's good
amateur
at roasting
comedy night. Yeah,
he is. So I hear what you're saying. He is not everyone's cup of tea. He made an amazingly popular show out of essentially an open mic comedy thing. I think that's an amazing thing. He stuck with it for 14 years. I like his sets. I happened to see him last year when he came to my city, and I liked it. That being said, he did have like a 20-something minute story on his first threesome, which
his first threesome. Only the first.
It was interesting.
Oh,
it wasn't.
Well, that's what he implied,
one.
that it was first of many.
Who were the other two guys?
I'm not sure. He didn't name names, but yeah, I think it was interesting. I haven't seen him do that material anywhere, like in a special or anything like that. So I think one day he could show you that he's more than just what he is. But
I think Tony Hinchcliffe has done more for the prospect of comedy in the last 5 years than Joe Rogan has. Believe it or not. I think Kill Tony makes people eager to, again, it's this American Idol effect. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I feel like people are like more tempted to go down and give it a whirl.
For sure. Yes. More people show up for that than yes.
Well, it's crazy, but if you just look at the views on that, more people are watching Kill Tony than are watching like any of the, what would you say the next best way to discover someone is? Like, it's definitely not late night shows or anything like that.
Rumble?
But their ratings, I think it would be either that or some sort of social media, because man, their ratings just dwarf any sort of late night show. And that used to be kind of the way to do it. You eventually work up to where you can get a late night set, and
it's true.
That would be amazing.
The conventional way of TV and discovery, it's just not the same. It's not the same. It's like whenever Howard Stern was so out of touch that he was arguing with, I forget, with someone that like they weren't getting the view. Oh, he was talking about PewDiePie and like how the dude, like they were telling him how many views he gets on YouTube and like the money. He's like, there's no way this, you need to do this and go to terrestrial radio. I'm like, radio? Who the fuck listens to radio?
Yeah.
Like even I don't, dude.
Yeah.
And that's how I used to get the news. See?
Well, and he's kind of got like a weird Howard Stern thing going. Tony Hinchcliffe does. With he's got his own.
He does have his own like whack pack. He does.
Which
isn't
interesting.
That those people? Isn't Big Red Machine
some
part
of them
the whack pack or whatever?
Sort of, but he has a bunch of regulars that I kind of dig, and it's introduced me to a bunch of comedians that I probably wouldn't have been aware of. But man, he's had some really amazing regulars who went on to do a bunch of amazing stuff. Yeah, Kim Congdon, Tristan Bowling.
He's had some really good stuff, but he's also had some really bad stuff. Like, and that's not maybe their fault.
There is also
people show up. You know, the Mitch Hedberg guy was just one of the worst things I've ever seen.
That turned me off.
I've only seen him twice though. Just wait, there's the antithesis of that, which is Mr. No Breaks. But you'll see him in the near future.
I have to see him again.
Oh yeah, you do. You're gonna get the whole thing. Don't worry about it. It's a future episode. But okay, so we're talking a little bit about the future. Should we talk about the past? Should we talk about 2025 in comedy this year?
Yeah, let's do that.
All right. Well, here's a stupid little thing that was made, but yeah, while this show while this show might not have been around all year, there was a lot of stuff that happened last year in the news. So for me, I kind of cheated it, but January 2025, I'm actually starting December 31st, 2024. Man, Whitney Cummings actually did a decent live CNN New Year's roast where she was just roasting CNN to their face.
I thought that was so stupid.
It is stupid, but I never thought the CNN would air that shit live. I was at my
nobody watches CNN anymore.
My in-laws did, and it was the one thing that I actually laughed at. So I thought, okay, this year's going out on a bang, and there's no way that 2025 could kind of live up to that. And then shortly after that, I discovered Stanhope had just released Discount Meat. I ended up watching it on New Year's Day, so I'm counting that as January 1st. But man, that one just kind of stuck with me, and it was great. Then we got Nikki Glaser hosting the Golden Globes. She kind of did it in the vein of Ricky Gervais, where she was going a bit hard and roasting everybody.
Lapsed. I was going to say,
thank you, sir.
That sweetheart is destroyed by the logo.
Yeah, I mean, we all want to see some Nikki Glaser there. And then, Ari Shaffir also released America's Sweetheart. There were a bunch of YouTube specials, but these are kind of the major ones. Did you guys have anything that you remember from January? Or was this just kind of...
I just remember the Whitney Cummings thing, and I thought that was so fake.
Fair enough. I think the pure look of panic that I saw between... I can't even remember their names, but the CNN guys.
I mean, they're half actors too, though.
I don't think they had that acting within them, but maybe I'm wrong.
I don't know.
And then February hit, and there's not a ton of news. It seemed like the biggest thing was SNL's 50th. Rosebud Baker did have a Netflix special, The Motherlode, and Big J did release the first one, Them, for his double crowdwork special. Apparently, I didn't separate it into them and they, but they were released different
I did
months.
see the SNL 50. Well, I watched it through Peacock, so I saw like the 5 hours broken up into.
Yeah,
so it wasn't.
I saw that
Charles,
too.
did you?
I did.
You did happen to see it?
Yeah.
What did you guys think on it? It was interesting. Like there were a lot of familiar faces, but say, I don't know, Chevy Chase wasn't on there or anything. There were a couple people that seemed to get kind of snubbed.
I don't think Chevy Chase is ever going to come back there, though.
Yeah.
Do you think that will happen?
I just watched his doc. It is a point of contention. Like he actually showed up to the event, the 50th, and to the last minute they were telling him, we're just deciding between these two, and then they just never told him. So we scrapped both of them.
I thought Lorne Michaels did not get along with him at all.
Oh, he doesn't get along with anyone. Like he's fighting with the director of the documentary the entire time. Like it's so they just leave that part in. He's just an asshole. But
what's
the
documentary on? What's it on?
I want to say it was Netflix. Now I'm blanking. It just came out like 2 days ago or something like that.
Okay.
But it's I'm Chevy Chase and you're not.
All right.
You know his catchphrase. But sorry. I am leading you down a road. What were your thoughts on the SNL 50, the 50th anniversary?
Labs?
Oh, mine. I thought there was some decent stuff on there. There was a little bit too much music. But I thought I wish that a lot of the bigger guests got to do sketches instead of like just coming out on the stage and saying what they had to say. You know, like introducing stuff. It would have been, I thought it would have been a little bit cooler to bring back some of the really, really funny characters that they had done. You know, I thought that would be cool. And maybe like a tribute to some of the people they lost, you know, like, I can't remember if they did a Farley bit, but you know, stuff like that would have been a little bit cooler to see.
I agree.
I would have preferred if Ashley Simpson was a musical guest.
Oh, dude, her doing her little dance.
Oh, bring back some of the infamy.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be kind of
Andrew
awesome.
Dice Clay doing a little skit.
Dude, how about Steven Seagal?
Oh,
that's like
it could have been amazing.
That is that's an entire episode of something in its own self. I don't know if you guys there's this guy, his name's he used to be called the Pink Man, and he would do like MMA videos and stuff, and there's now he's called I don't know if it's the same guy. It sounds a lot like him, okay? But his channel's called Napoleon Blown Apart. If you watch the fucking Steven Seagal, it is fucking gold. That video is fan-fucking-tastic. And he gets into like his jazz CDs and like all this, like his blues CDs. Oh, dude, it's freaking hilarious. And that dance that he does while he's eating the carrots, like the fucking, what is happening with that guy? I'm dangerous. I still am. I can beat up a pillow. I'm dangerous.
Well, he may have an appearance somewhere in the future on this list. But yeah, I don't know. I guess I was hoping for a little bit more out of the SNL 50, but
yeah,
I don't know. I don't hate it or anything like that. I wish certain guys came back. Like, I don't think Bill Hader was there at all. He was a huge part of it for me. But
dude,
yeah.
I loved his Vincent Price skits. Those were so funny, dude. Those were so Liberace.
So that moved us on to March, and it seems like one of the biggest things was March 1st. Shane came back and hosted SNL for the second time since he was fired from SNL. So yeah, that's pretty awesome. And then that's when it was announced, your favorite things ever. I know you guys can't stop talking about them, but the Netflix deal with Tony Hinchcliffe for 3 Kill Tony specials and 1 hour-long solo stand-up special.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I wait.
I think you watched that one too, didn't you? It was Killers of no, I'm forgetting what that was called.
Oh,
wait,
so
he already did the solo one?
Yeah, and the 3 of them. But next week is going to be an exclusive Netflix one. So
it's
they're
not
on
a
to
Tony
contract
Hinchcliffe special. It's a Kill Tony special.
Yeah, what makes
the Killers of Kill Tony?
What makes it exclusive? As if you could get the other Netflix shows anywhere else but Netflix.
No, it's regularly on YouTube, but it will not be broadcast on YouTube next week. Instead, it's exclusively on Netflix. Just that's it.
My fault. So those other ones, that the other 3 Kill Tonys, can you get those on YouTube?
Yes, they're exclusively on YouTube. You can't get, exclusively on Netflix. You cannot get them on YouTube. I said that exactly incorrectly at first.
Okay.
Instead of saying yes, I should have said no. They're exclusively on Netflix.
So
gotcha.
Once again, hour-long solo stand-up special is not Tony Hinchcliffe by himself.
No, I believe it was the Killers of Kill Tony thing.
Why can't he get his own special?
I think he's working on it. The Golden Pony is a busy man. He put together the best comedy showcase that he could. Now he's working on his hour. I don't know, man. When I saw him like 2 years ago, it was an awesome set, and he had William Montgomery open for him, and it was awesome. It was an amazing show. I think you guys would not be talking as much shit if you were there. That being said, I haven't seen either of them release either of that material. So
I'm just giving shit to him. I just didn't like the one special we watched of Tony Hinchcliffe. But there's a bunch of Kill Tony stuff that I do like. I just give him shit. That's all. Actually, I'd love him on roasts. Like the Tom Brady roast, dude. I thought he crushed.
Mm-hmm.
I thought his stuff was the best stuff of the night.
Yeah, I dig a lot of his roast stuff. He went into all deaf and just roasted everyone there in a great way. But and he was also on the I'm forgetting whose roast it was. But yeah, I love Tony as far as roasting goes. But yeah, Andrew Schultz released Life, which was kind of heavily advertised, but I have not heard a lot of people talking about that. Bill Burr released his Drop Dead Years Hulu special, and Bert Kreischer had Lucky. So
God.
all of those were kind of major releases. In April, we had Tony Kill or Be Killed, and it charted at number 2 on Netflix. So that's kind of awesome.
Wait, did
My
Brian
highlight,
Redband do anything? Why is he on? I know he's on the Kill Tony thing, but
he's part of it. He runs the soundboard. If they need a
Right.
sound effect, he hits that button. I don't know, man. They need him to work the kitten and the bear. If it wasn't for him, none of it would work. So,
right.
I don't know, man. It was a bigger picture. I decided to crop it. Just give you the 3.
Okay. My bad.
But yeah, my favorite thing that happened in April is Mark Norman released on punchup.live. He released this really cool show that he's doing. This was episode 2, but it's page to stage, where he takes you from like the kernel of an idea for a joke to writing the actual joke, then performing it, failing with it, changing it, everything that comes into actually having a working bit. And man, for just $5, you get to see him and a whole bunch of other comedians just kind of go through the same process. I believe Jerry Seinfeld's in episode 2, if I remember. You get a lot of Joe List in there. But yeah, it's really an awesome concept. I think episode 1 is available on YouTube. But man, I hope something like that gets picked up for an actual show, because it's kind of a fearless look into the process. But that was kind of my highlight for April. It is still up there at punchup.live, but yeah.
We get April this year, though. April of this year, we get something very good. We get Trailer Park Boys season 13. So I'm excited
it's
about
gonna be
that.
Sans bubbles, man. So Mike Smith had an accusation, so no bubbles.
I know.
Now.
I know.
I'm assuming they're not gonna recast him. So did he just take his kitties and leave?
He might have. But still, I always am interested in seeing what they have to do. And they're bringing Scrubs back.
Why?
I don't know.
Huh.
I think it's like February or something.
I think there's worse shows than Scrubs, but man, I don't know why you'd want to bring that one back. I guess they're doing it with the commercials, so why not? But yeah, Tim Dillon released I'm Your Mother. I thought it was an interesting special. I liked it more than his previous special, which was it really a special where he was kind of hosting like a Maury or a Jerry Springer type show. It was a really weird special that he'd previously released. This one seemed more focused. Not my favorite Tim Dillon material, though. Jessica Kirson released her I'm the Man special for Netflix. Or, excuse me, I believe Hulu. My bad. But yeah, both decent specials. And then in May, it got a little bit busier. I know it's everyone's favorite, but Tom Segura got his first season of Bad Thoughts on Netflix. And man, I know it's not everyone's cup of tea. There's some real gross out humor and some very immature humor, but man, there's some cinematic weirdness that go into some of these sketches, and I dig it, man. So yeah, it's not for everybody, but for me, that worked real good. And then Tim Dillon did this weird, like hour, 15-minute interview with CNN on the state of comedy for some reason. I know that was kind of blowing up my feed around May, but yeah, nobody's really talking about that anymore. It's just super weird. I guess I wouldn't have thought CNN needs to go to a comedian and have an interview on the state of comedy.
Well, you thought Whitney Cummings was good on CNN, so
I thought that was a fun way to actually ring in the new year versus all of the
you hook, line, and sinker, Gray.
I'm just saying, man. I could see the panic set in on their faces, but fine. Yeah, it was all staged. Everything's fake. But yeah, I think my favorite special that came out in May was Joe List Small Ball, but there was also Mateo Lane, the Al Dente special, Sarah Silverman, Postmortem, and Mike Birbiglia, The Good Life.
Richard Pryor has something to say about that cover.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. But yeah, then came June, man. So we got the release of Tires Season 2. I did enjoy that a little bit more than Bad Thoughts, if we're just ranking TV shows or series. But then there was also the announcement that it's renewed for Season 3. So one day we will get more Tires. And then the kind of really amazing thing, Josh Johnson. So he kind of was doing, I believe it's weekly specials or monthly specials that he's releasing just on his YouTube channel. But he happened to do one, The Failure, Fear, and Frenzy around Luigi Mangione, and it got 5 million views. Like, he has just really racked up an audience doing this kind of weekly release. And then, man, that one just took off. And
he could be the strongest person. He could be the strongest person writing long form material that I've seen.
I think so.
Recently.
It is crazy how prolific he is. Like, just so many different hours, like every it is crazy the amount of material that he has, but he was officially put on the Emmy ballot, so he might get an Emmy for an independent YouTube special. That is kind of amazing, so good for him. And then Giannis Pappas released Property Owner, Jim Norton released Unconceivable, and Steph Toller did Filth Queen. Very provocative covers from some of these Netflix specials. July, that brings us into Shane Gillis hosts the ESPYs. I don't know if you guys saw this, but there was a prank that he completely pulled over on, I guess it would be the station and the audience. But man, that was just awesome, showing that nobody actually knows WNBA players. And man, just chef's kiss. CBS then fired Colbert, although he's still there. I'm not sure exactly what that
May.
The opposite of like a quiet quit. It's a really loud eventual firing or something.
May. His contract ends in May.
I'm just saying. Has your boss ever announced that in a year you're fired? It's a weird thing.
No, not one for having bosses.
Fair enough.
Have you ever fired yourself?
I have. I've had to. I just saw the redundancy. I don't know. Technically not fired. I've just quit. I've solved an issue for a company. But yeah, Chris DiStefano was able to come in and host the Jimmy Kimmel Show. And then Summer Bears happened, where Chris DiStefano and Stavros Halkias came in and became the Summer Bears and took over Two Bears, One Cave. Because Tom and Bert are busy. Tom, I can't remember if he was filming a movie or season 2 of a show, and Bert was filming, I believe, a movie and a sitcom. So I don't know what's going on with that, but apparently nobody over at the YMH Studios cares, so they brought in replacement Bears. So,
and they
decent.
Trashed that show, which was hilarious.
Yeah, constantly, which is great. And now they're on to round 3 of replacement Bears. So, hell yeah. I'm enjoying the Chrissy D and Stavros show a lot more than I ever did with Tom and Bert. So they've made some good decisions. But my favorite special that got released that month was Joe DeRosa just released his YouTube, I Never Promised You a Rose Garden. And man, there's, again, some real darkness. And I love that special. And also a little bit of a cinematic opening and closing to it. I dig that one. But Eddie Pepitone released one, The Collapse, and Dusty Slay released Wet Heat. That brings us to the end of summer, where Charles, you saw Mark Maron Panicked.
I did.
It's that special. And then that also happens to be when he started the war versus Austin and all those comedians going around kind of trashing Rogan and Theo Vaughn and a whole bunch of other people from the Austin scene.
I also saw Jim Jeffries' 2-limb policy. So I saw 2 things that came out in that month.
It was a good summer.
It was.
So yeah, we had 2-limb policy, and then we also had Ralph Barbosa with Planet Bosa, Josh Wolf with his Campfire special. Both decent specials. I happen to like Mark Maron's and Jim Jeffries just a little bit more, but whoops, we skipped September. How can you skip September? So September, Charles, your cousin Cam, he finally officially joined SNL, which hell yeah, good for him. And then I don't know if you remember the tumultuous time that was September, but that's when Jimmy Kimmel was suspended, and we had a weird couple days where he was not there, and then he came back. So yeah,
me and you, I remember we were on obviously MSK's show, and that was an experience unto itself, because I remember me and you got together beforehand and we were talking, and we were basically agreed upon exactly what the people on they were going to say. Oh Jesus. And
hey,
yeah,
speaking about the guy,
it was, hey, there he is. What's up, MSK? How you doing? 3 times the Clarence. So that was a very weird time, because you had like the government get involved with things, and it was just like, what are we doing here? Like, why is anybody in government talking about late night television hosts?
Why is here?
Why is here? Exactly. Yeah, that should be our thing to say, weird. Like, whenever we have nothing, like there's nothing else, like, why is here?
But yeah, it just seemed like such overreach, but certain people just being okay with it. I don't know. It concerns me, but I'm glad that people reached out and were very vocal about this whole Jimmy Kimmel situation. Even if nobody's watching it, at least they're kind of paying attention to the situation, which, hell yeah. Then immediately after that, there was a huge controversy, being the Riyadh Comedy Festival. So it probably should be like a full deep dive or something like that to truly get everything. But it seems like a whole lot of comedy greats were offered a shitload of money, perhaps too much to say no to come do 2 dates, and a lot of them took it up. It seems like Stavros Halkias and Shane Gillis were the only ones who officially said no, but almost everybody else that was asked said yes, and everybody went over there. And I don't know. I just don't see it as big of a deal as a lot of people are kind of making it or have made it. I get that people really want to trash Bill Burr right now, but I don't see it as the same as everybody else. So I don't know. Maybe one day we got to get into that. But you guys got any Riyadh thoughts?
I mean, I do, but Charles, do you have anything to say? Because I know me and you had talked about this a little bit, and what's the difference between this and, like, a paid, like, doing something for a business where they hire you,
It's a corporate gig. It's just a corporate gig, because there's things that you're not allowed to say in corporate gigs, or there's specific things that they want you to work in, and you get paid differently for it. It is just a corporate gig that's the PR for it is interesting, because the fact that comedians were speaking out against it, I'm kind of shocked, because I'm almost positive most, if not all, of those comedians have done a corporate gig where they've been maneuvered in a way that they can or cannot work a certain way.
Yeah,
dude, I've been restricted as just a musician. So probably the most corporate or the biggest one is we were down to this Battle of the Bands thing. So they wanted us to be like the live band to come in and play. And we had to sign all sorts of paperwork. So first off, we had to submit every song that we were going to play to them. They had to look over the lyrics. They had to make sure that everything was correct. They told us a whole bunch of people we can't disparage, including any of the studio, the station, the sponsors, the management. There was a shitload of stipulations for all of this stuff. But man, nobody kind of says like we sold out because we signed that. They're like, hey, you guys got an opportunity to play on TV. I don't know. This is a lot of what I'm seeing with that, but I don't hear anyone using that same type of argument.
To play devil's advocate, though.
Yes.
You don't look glad. The people that complain about, being canceled, didn't see any of them trying their Saudi material while in Riyadh. So it's interesting that they're what?
So there's a few of them that have claimed. So we should go into this one
while they were there.
But Schultz claims that he did a 9/11 joke. So I think different. It was Schultz who. who basically said,
how brave for Schultz to do a 9/11 joke in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, it's not
That's
as
like us doing a Hiroshima
far
joke
as you'd
in
want
New
to
York.
go with it. But he's saying like, yeah, we all signed the thing, and then we basically just said, fuck that, we're going to do whatever we want. And it seems like he posted like a 10-minute clip kind of showing that that's what he did. Still, it seems like they're treating it like a corporate gig.
I think the problem is that when morality gets into play and you're choosing to speculate on the morality of government as opposed to the rest of the people that live there, right? That's when you start getting into sticky situations, because then it's like,
it becomes dicey.
All right, it becomes very dicey because we're a melting pot, right, in America. So there's some people that, while they love America, might have a lot of the same morals that they did from their home country. So like, at what point do you sit there and say, yeah, no, I'm not doing this because of the way that Saudi Arabia was acting, or because a lot of that's what they made you feel. They made you feel like that. I mean, there's people that gave their money back or gave it away or whatever. Like, it's ridiculous. It's unbelievably ridiculous to do.
Yeah.
And especially since most of them, not the big time ones, most of the other ones, that was probably their biggest payday they would ever see ever.
But dude, the other thing is, like,
big ones.
The WWE
like, from what Shane
there.
Gillis was saying, like, they kept coming back to him when he said no. So I think it was the biggest payday for a lot of people last year.
Like,
right.
It's really selective for people to be bothered by it, because the WWE's been there for what, like 4 years now. There's this entire new golf federation there. Like, this isn't the first time that something like this has happened. So like, why comedy of all things suddenly are you bothered by?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like, think of it this way. Before the WWE, like, women wouldn't even have been able to perform. Like, at the first one they didn't have women perform. Then they did, and they had to like cover up so much or whatever, and then it got to the point where they could somewhat wear what they wear to the ring. Progress has to be made slowly, especially we're talking about a civilization that goes back to the Bible. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
that was kind of what a lot of the comedians' defense is, that, we were making little steps towards where we want to be. So I get that. Some people still are not accepting that at all. We should go through some of the response to it, because a lot of people hate Bill Burr's response to it, where he was somewhat surprised that they've got everything that we've got over there.
Comedians?
Some of them are comedians. A lot of people are not happy with Bill Burr, that he might have essentially, he's not who they assumed that he was,
but
because
Greg,
he doesn't share those same morals.
Didn't we discuss this? When did Ben Shapiro have a problem with him?
So that was earlier. I want to say that was like March.
So didn't we discuss this then? Where
first or second quarter.
At some point, the other side's going to swing around and people are going to hate Bill Burr from the other side? And it happened.
It did. Everyone kind of hated Burr. Well, not everyone. He was getting hate from all around last year, which I think that just proves more that he is
right.
He's not pandering, but some people see it as only pandering.
Yeah, well, that's every nobody gives a shit until it's something that they like is affected. That's what it is. It's like something that they hold dear is affected. And when you get on these, like, I call them like self-righteous tirades,
team sports shit.
Yeah, right. Exactly. When you get onto that shit, dude, it's like, all right, whatever. I can't take that seriously, because then it's like hive mind mentality. You're not saying anything that's like I said, there's and I understand that it was a huge payday for the top comedians too, but there's like so many other ones that were on it, like, to not take that, to do what you do. That's what you're supposed to do,
dude.
Well, that's what most corporate gigs are, and most corporate gigs are hell. Like, you just know that it's going to suck. You're going to be, you're handcuffed in some way, and it's not going to be entertaining. The people aren't necessarily there to hear you. And where apparently this was actually a fun corporate gig to play, though. Like, the crowd was actually totally there for it, where it's not usually the case with a corporate gig.
If you took care of my gallbladder, I would go up on stage and say, America deserved 9/11. As long as my medical shit was taken care of, I'll do it.
I don't know if that was in the contract. If so, I haven't seen that footage.
What do you need me to say? Where do I sign?
But yeah, some people went so far as to donate their entire pay.
Yeah, Jessica Kirsten, I think, is one of them, isn't she?
It was. Yeah, she's the only one that I currently know of. But people are even questioning that, saying like she hasn't posted the receipts. It's like, oh, fuck you. If she says it, like
she doesn't owe that to anyone.
No,
she didn't
but
have to do it
even that,
anyway.
Right.
I think that's huge to even like say that you would do that. Instead, you essentially went over there to educate them, to show them that, you know, a member of the LGBT community can be hilarious and can have equal standing there. And then on top of that, you're telling them that you're too good for their actual money.
First ones to pull them down. That's fucked up. That's like so fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think just her statement is kind of awesome, but it's a shitty situation. So I don't know. Maybe one day we'll have to look into that more and actually have some visual and video samples to go along with this. But I don't know. That seems to be the biggest controversy that I saw this last year. And both of them happened in September, both the Jimmy Kimmel thing, and then immediately that went into the Riyadh thing.
It's funny. They had the Riyadh festival in September.
Don't check out the dates. It has nothing. And then, you know, the fact that it also went on into October. Anyway, but yeah, so Jordan Jensen, Take Me With You was released. Andrew Santino's White Noise was a Netflix one. Both of those were Netflix. And then Ian Edwards released Untitled. Oh, yeah. I am totally stupid about that. You're right. Santino was Hulu this time. I believe his last one was Netflix.
Yes.
So good on Hulu. I'm seeing a whole lot more of their specials. Before I thought they were like maybe 2 or 3 per year, but they've done quite a few this last year.
Hulu Arius.
Who knew that they could be Hulu Arius?
Hulu.
Yeah, I really hate all of those.
Hulu
I know.
Arius.
I really hate it. I really hate when they're trying to make those things. It just doesn't work. But then in October, there was continued Riyadh comedy backlash. And that's when a lot of people got pissed off at Bill Burr's kind of response to it. I think we should totally go through that.
Hold on.
But Marin also has some response to a whole lot of this stuff. I think it's worth going into in a future episode because I think it's more than we're getting to now. It would be awesome to have some visual aids to go along with that as well.
Well, then Dark Hymns, we'll talk about this at some point in the future. Then.
So what he said was, so people are upset. People are upset the Saudis are trying to whitewash their image. Just watch Mark Maron's response for the most well-articulated view.
I mean,
I agree. His was one of many that I looked into. Things like it seems like he's got a well thought out position, but it's not necessarily the one that I agree with. But
is that really true? Like they've been bringing over events for the past 10 years. If they're whitewashing, this is taking a fucking long ass time,
dude. But you know what? To stay current with the U.S., why are comedians performing in the U.S. while they keep blowing up Venezuelan boats? That's the American government doing that shit. Like, you know, this shit, like, I hate to be that guy, but like governments do some fucked up shit everywhere. Like,
yeah, I'm pretty sure that shit's illegal.
Like, I promise you I'm not trying to be an asshole about it. Yeah, I'm not trying to be a dick about it, but like, who's going to police every single thing that your potential payer is responsible for? I don't think it's as easy as how dare you take that money. I don't think it's easy like that. Like I said, if someone were to throw me a ridiculous amount of money for like most of my problems to go away, it's going to be hard to say no. I'll say that much.
Yeah, but I do appreciate you putting that response up there, though. But yeah,
for sure. And Mark Maron's response is one of the strongest ones to the whole thing. I totally agree with you. Much better than kind of Bill Burr's response to it.
But we should go through all of it. He didn't go though, right? He didn't.
He did not. I don't know if he was asked, but I do believe he would have refused from his response.
He's probably pissed he wasn't asked. No,
but there were some interesting ones. A Humble Offering and Michelle Wolf's The Well were both released on Netflix. And then Ryan Sickler did Live and Alive on his YouTube page. And then November, So SNL finally got another comedian to host. It was Nikki Glaser. So she had quite a big 2025, even if you guys are not huge fans. But she was asked back to the Golden Globes, so she'll be doing that a couple days from now or however many. And yeah, she is having a big hosting push or whatever. So good for her. My biggest regret of this last year is that I didn't get tickets to Skankfest. So yeah, it was the 8th annual Skankfest this time for the first time in New Orleans, where they went to Mardi Gras World and just kind of took over that city. But it seems like it is the pinnacle of comedy festivals. And just, man, there is shows with the best possible comedians every single day. Yeah, it's not every single comedian on the planet, but man, there's a bunch of heavy hitters that are there. So I definitely want to try and make it to the 9th one. But in November, we also had Akash Singh's wife controversy that kind of broke. Charles, you've been watching a lot of kind of comedy gossip stuff. Did that one make it across your radar?
I'm familiar with it, but it's not something I clicked on because it didn't really. He's one of the what is it called? Flagrant. He's one of those people, right?
Yeah, he's kind of the co-host with Andrew Schultz.
I'm not familiar with him at all, so I didn't want to get information on something that I just wouldn't know the reference to. So I have been suggested something on him.
Well, it was kind of a big controversy, enough so that it made them do a giant response. But the Cliff Notes, essentially, his wife was starting up a social media thing, and perhaps she overshared in a provocative way that may have made him look less favorable than he would have wanted to, and some of her stories don't match up with what he said before. So anyway, everyone started calling him essentially like a cuck or whatever.
It's a fucking people have to stop treating entertainers, everything they say as the truth. Because especially for the sake of social media, people fucking exaggerate and make things extravagant for the sake of either being funny or making you envious. I'm
for sure.
I don't know.
And it was to kind of launch a podcast that she was doing, and it got people talking about it. So is it strategic? It's hard to say. It doesn't paint him in a super favorable light, but I don't know. If he's happy, she's happy. I don't care. It's none of my business.
I think the more time you spend in front of a microphone a week, the easier it's going to be for someone to find at least 5 minutes of shit to like bring you down for. Like, I think
if anyone showed me 5 minutes of just the MSK show, I'd probably be like, yeah, you're right. You're right. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have been there. I knew better.
Only 5 minutes, huh?
I mean, any 5 minutes, really. So yeah, that controversy kind of took off in November. Laps, did that make it to your side of the internet at all?
No. I have no idea who.
It's just gossip, man. But Louis J. Gomez offered his first full-length special. Not as many people liked that, but hey, I'm a Louis fan. The Puerto Rican rattlesnake, man. He's awesome. He's the point guard of podcasting.
Did he have to make the Star Trek font, though? With time. That's that Star Trek font that he's using.
I mean, just making it worse.
No defense.
Sebastian Maniscalco released It Ain't Right. And Hulu, again, I'm glad they're doing more specials. And then Kevin Hart released Act of My Age, which I finally did finish. I don't know why. I somehow watched like half of it and it just wasn't connecting. I rewatched it, went back from the beginning, and yeah, man, I'm digging me some Kevin Hart. It wasn't my favorite special of the year, but I just wasn't in the right headspace to watch it the first time. I don't know why. And then December, we're finally closing out the year, man. But the Akash Singh controversy continued to the point where they actually brought his wife on to explain on the podcast to say what she meant by popping her pussy for the frat boys. That didn't mean anything about sex. It was just, looking hot was apparently what it meant. But anyway, good times.
Popping
that's just pussy? Gossip. Yeah, that's what she said. That back in her day, she used. It's just it doesn't matter. Whatever.
Like
we wish them all the best luck. Yeah, like bubble wrap.
Like corn?
But yeah. Then we had it's like popping corn. There was Flavacol involved. Yeah, then we had Matt Rife's Unwrapped, a Christmas crowd work special.
Look at that
And how special that was. Yeah, and that's the face that they decided to release with it. But that's not all. Netflix decided really to give this month because they also gave us Tom Segura Teacher on, I believe, Christmas Eve.
Yeah,
and we knew that Ricky Gervais was coming out on New Year's Eve, but they just kind of gave us a surprise Chappelle one as well in kind of the week in between both of those, or the few days in between. It seems like a loaded month where there's 4 Netflix heavy hitter comedy specials, at least 4 big names. I don't think Unwrapped is quite as heavy hitter as the other 3, in my opinion. But
between the 4 of them, you might have 1 special's worth of quality content.
I mean, I will still take that as a Chappelle special. I liked it more than one of his specials, but yeah.
I mean, if you take Matt Rife out and you add Tom Segura to Let Me Explain, and then Ricky Gervais talks about it, and then Dave Chappelle does his special, you have the same amount of comedy that happened all in that time.
Agreed.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I mean, but there's some heavy names. There's some heavy hitters, big names that they released all in December, and within like, I guess if you're counting Rife, within like 4 weeks of each other.
Big box office days for Netflix,
especially compared to the rest of it. But
that's why Ricky Gervais
those are what I could remember.
So oppressed, you know.
Was there anything else that you guys remembered comedy-wise throughout the year? You guys end up going to any shows or anything?
Just no shows, but just movies. Like there was, 2 big, I guess, franchises. Like Happy Gilmore did number 2, which was just.
It was a number 2.
That was a movie, and The Naked Gun came back with their, like
comedy's
it's not a perfect movie. I think it was better than any legacy comedy deserves to be.
Okay, I was about to say it was better than it deserved to be. But anytime I see Liam Neeson, I don't know. I don't know what it is about him. I don't know. It's because I love Leslie Nielsen movies so much. I just do. He's just one of my favorites. Even his horrible ones I like.
Mm-hmm.
And when you like Liam Neeson is just not, and I understood what they were doing. I understood. They're doing basically what they did with Leslie Nielsen. They took a very serious actor and put him in dry comedy. And I get it, but he doesn't have what Nielsen had, Nielsen had the timing and the way to make those deadpan jokes work,
There's definitely
I still thought there was some really good jokes in there. There was some really good bits in there. For sure.
I like Akiva Schaffer's brand of comedy, but yeah, it's not quite the same as the original, like Zucker Abrams.
And Pam Anderson was a trooper for that movie. My God.
It's up there like top 3 jazz scatting scenes that I can think of in a comedy. I mean, just saying. But yeah, fair enough. I didn't hate that one, but did it bring comedy back for you? Does that mean the comedy?
Not in the movie sense, which is sad because I mean, if Hollywood could just get out of their own way instead of creating narratives, because Hollywood, not even Hollywood, just the movie industry itself, if they could just get out of their own way and not give a shit, because what worked before would still work. Even with the trends and what you can do and what you can't do. If you were just putting out movies that were funny, regardless of the material, and worried about what you said and what you didn't, I think the numbers themselves would prove us right. Because what happens, and I'll use this reference, and this is not, I'm only saying this because of what happened with the numbers. I'm not saying this for any morality play, but if the case was there for all of the 2020 to 2024, like the woke stuff, all that, whatever. If that was the case, that's where things were going, then that movie Boyfriends should have made $9 billion and not been out of the theater in 2 days. So
I'm unfamiliar with it.
yeah, it's just one of those things. If they would just make the comedy the way it used to be, I'm not saying like it has to be exactly like 90s, but in the same brand of humor, I think people would still watch it. I just, because a lot of people bark, but they don't bite. You know what I mean? They don't bite. Very rarely have I seen people follow through with what they actually say.
Yeah, they want to be seen as correct. They don't want to in private. They don't act the way they do them in public, and that's
correct.
Part of it.
Correct. And I'm not saying to make just outward movies full of hatred, and I'm not saying that. But could a fucking Scary Movie 3 or something like that, I thought that movie was hilarious. Like, could that exist today? I don't know. But if they could make the movie, it still would be funny, at least.
Well, the Wayans are receiving the rights to Scary Movie, so supposedly they are making a sequel.
But would they make it the way that they did before? That's what I'm saying. Like, because Scary Movie 3, I think, is like the pinnacle of like, dude, just Charlie Sheen and fucking just rap schmap.
You had Borat in 2006, and then you had Tropic Thunder in 2007, and people insist that you couldn't make Tropic Thunder today, and I say bullshit.
Bullshit.
Because they said the same thing back then. Ooh, that's edgy. And it was edgy, but they did it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's like that hype, I don't know about that. I think that's what slows people down, or at least big studios. I think someone should just do it and worry about the other shit later. Like Borat wasn't really, it wasn't a big deal when it was being made. It was like a documentary the way it was filmed, and it picked up steam. It's something where someone's going to have to gamble on it. And
right. That's yeah.
I sincerely doubt. I think bigger studios won't gamble on upfront. They're not going to put $20 million into something that could backfire immensely. But I think if something premieres at a festival, I'm pretty sure Universal or 20th Century or Warner, they'll throw $15 million down on something that's already made, that's got buzz.
Right, to get it in there. Yeah.
So it's more like, you go do it and show me that you can be edgy the right way, and then we'll distribute it for you. I think it's just put your money where your mouth is.
I hope that happens.
So do I.
It's not exactly. It's not exactly what you're saying, but so Bradley Cooper. So dude made like A Star Is Born, and then he made Maestro. While maybe Maestro didn't do as good as he had hoped or whatever, he could kind of be doing anything that he wanted to do. But instead, he kind of took on this film that his friend Will Arnett was co-writing, that Is This Thing On, which was just released December 19th, might still be in theaters near you, but it's kind of an unflinching look at comedy. I guess Will Arnett had this dinner with this guy, and he just kind of explained that, like, oh, I've just gotten into comedy. My wife left. I just got divorced. I miss my kids. I was looking for a way to fill Mondays, which were the loneliest days, and I didn't have enough money to pay the cover. So I said I would perform at an open mic night. And that's kind of how he got into comedy, and then kind of fell in love with it. It's not a straight up comedy. There's a lot of comedy in it. It was shot at the Cellar with a lot of actual comedians doing their actual material. But man, for somebody who is kind of, I don't know if I'd say Bradley Cooper's the top of his game, but somebody who could certainly be selective with films and stuff.
The Cellar, infamous for its open mic nights, of course.
Yeah, so that's the thing. There is a little bit of liberty taken in this, but it rung more true to me, again, being on the outside of comedy than, say, now I'm forgetting, what's the Tom Hanks one?
This asshole? Oh, Punchline?
Thank you. Yeah, I was going to say, there's no like lockers or anything like that, but instead you get to kind of sit at the table just as an open micer, which nobody would get to do that. But yeah, they kind of break down, okay, here's the rooms, here's how the light works. it's kind of an interesting look at it. And it wasn't a horrible film. It might not be for everybody. It's about 50% the guy's relationship and 50% comedy. But I don't know. I dug it.
I want Whiplash, but stand up.
So it's not that. It's not what you want. When Bradley Cooper got involved, he said, let's make it less about comedy and more about their relationship. So it kind of focuses on that. But it's certainly awesome that somebody who could be selective is deciding to highlight this particular brand of entertainment. So, hell yeah, I would tentatively recommend if you don't mind watching people get divorced.
Divorce, that's high on the,
a lot of fighting,
on the comedy chain.
I'm a big fan.
Oh yeah, you got to have trauma. It's what leads to it. If it wasn't for pain, you wouldn't need to laugh. But hell yeah, with that weird ass recommendation, I don't know, anything we missed from the year.
I mean, I wouldn't know, but like you are very thorough in your coverage, so I will say, nope, you got it.
Okay.
So I had to go look because I feel like we're just teasing something without getting into it. So I found a quote of
I think
Mark
he's
Maron.
got multiple. I'm not sure if that's the only one. He definitely went into more like paragraphs, kind of explaining it. But that quote isn't the worst one. Sorry for speaking over it. If you want to give a Mark Maron quote on it.
So it's from the folks that brought you 9/11. 2 weeks of laughter in the desert. Don't miss it. Joked Maron acerbically. The same guy that's going to pay the same guy that paid that guy to bonesaw Jamal Khashoggi and put him in a fucking suitcase. But don't let that stop the yucks. It's going to be a good time. And I'm assuming that's done in some sort of satirical fashion.
It is.
Do we like talk about like I don't, never mind. I'm not even gonna say it.
What's the matter? What?
I just it's like he's making like a play on what the guy is Turk, what's his name, Turkey Sheik or Turkeyala Sheik, was he the dude that ordered those things? Like, I don't know, is he the guy that's paying them? Is that the same person?
Supposedly it was from the Crown Prince that gave the orders for the whole Jamal Khashoggi thing inside the consulate, but I don't know, man. You're right. Like, we don't have inside information on everything.
Right. It's like,
right.
See, we know about it because, broadcast knows. Like, we don't know shit that our country's doing to other people.
That's what I was going to say. Do we preface our comedy shows from the people that introduced crack cocaine to Black society?
Right.
Brings you
and are currently invading Venezuela.
Ronald Reagan's greatest hits, burning Mexicans out of their home. It's Republicans.
From the people that brought you Venezuela's president.
Yeah.
Yeah, I certainly wouldn't want to have to answer for every one of America's crimes. Right. And I've done government work before, so I don't know. Does that make me a hypocrite?
Yeah, I just think it's sure. Really selective. Like, it's very conveniently selective.
And I understand
that was our quote
they're
from
saying that
Mark
the
Maron.
money is coming straight from that particular person and not in America where you go to a comedy show. It's not that, but performing on the soil, is that the same? You know what I'm saying? There's so many levels to that, to where at the end of the day, and I know this is not the greatest attitude, and I just throw up my hands and just go, fuck it. I know enough to know that I don't know shit. And then as soon as I start opening my mouth and saying I know shit is whenever feet go in there, and then you end up being wrong at the end of the day.
Sure.
Something ends up coming out and you're fucking wrong.
I end up teetering back and forth where I feel like Chappelle, Burr, maybe a couple of other ones that are like, do you need that money? Do you need that political, that PR nightmare? Do you need that for this? Whereas, you know, Jessica Kirson, like, go get your fucking bag. Like, yeah, of course, like, who wouldn't take that at that opportunity? It is something of a moving target. Like, Bill Burr, do you need that money? Are you not doing well enough in the States that you need to? I think on a case by case basis, like, the perspective kind of moves a little bit, but for the most part, until we see every single corporate gig, what the writer is and what can and cannot be said at every corporate gig. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Brought to you by Halliburton.
Right.
Yeah. So
No,
I agree.
sure.
And what I was saying about us being selective with Marin's quote, that's only part of it. He's gone on and said a lot more about his opinion in it. So I would like to grab that at some point, but I would also like to juxtapose it with like Louis C.K.'s opinion on it. He also wrote like an article as to why he thought it was acceptable to go and why he did go. But you're right. There is a huge difference between performing for elites and royals and for the public. For
Right.
sure.
That's why we're bringing up like corporate gigs. That's why we're saying
a lot
that.
of corporate
that's why I
gigs,
said
you're not
the Halliburton and stuff like.
Yeah.
You're telling me that the CIA at their dinner they don't have comedians come there. We know they have.
Plus, you can't buy tickets to those corporate gigs. The Riyadh Comedy Festival, I'm under the impression that you could buy tickets to that. Like, why would you advertise it for 2 weeks if it's only for, your family and friends? I
just don't know enough. That's why I say I know enough to know I don't know. I just know
I know a little bit. I know a little bit, and I know corporate gigs. They don't sell tickets to those things.
Well, I do know.
Let's do a much deeper dive.
We've had.
I don't know that I'm correct on it.
Well, I'm saying I do know this for sure because of what I do for a living, that the 3-letter agencies have hired comedians to do their dinners. I know it's happened. I've literally done the paperwork. I know it fucking happens. So that's more what I was talking about. That's why I said I don't think we could talk about the morality of playing in a club or, then just being on the soil. Does that matter? That's why I said that. I'm talking more like brought to you by Halliburton and brought to you by, all these other entities.
Yes.
So, yeah, it's a very shitty slope. Regardless of which side you're on, it's a fucking shitty slope.
Part of the problem is I don't think anyone has the exact right answer. Like, I don't think it's as easy as yes or no. Like, there's so much more to it than just, oh, how dare you? Like,
yeah.
Well, and certain people are taking a lot of shit from it, like Bill Burr, especially because of how he's spoken out against billionaires.
Well, that's because he was talking about billionaire. Yeah.
Almost nobody is coming out against, like, Mark Norman went there too. I haven't heard anyone talk shit to him where it's just like comedy. So I don't know. But maybe that has a little bit more to do with like what you think the comedian is based off of their material. But we should take a real deep dive into it one day.
It's people that fight and use person's position in arguments as if like, see, I have the moral high ground because Bill Burr said this about billionaires, and then suddenly it's like, oh wait, he's working with billionaires. How do I handle this? Oh, I'm just going to publicly disown him. Like it's that team sport shit that just.
Right. And I appreciate all points of view on this. Cause like I said, Charles has a little bit more of a background with that. I just know from, like I said, from my.
But you have the other end of that same background.
I have the other end. Yes. I've never went to any of them cause that's not my thing, but I have literally done paperwork.
Right.
Looking at who they've hired, what they've done. So like, I mean,
I love me some Mark Maron. We're not here like anti-Maron guys.
No,
his special is on Charles's towards the top of his.
It was one of my favorites of the year.
He is in my top 10s. But I think hands down,
too. He's very well spoken. I mean, I'm just saying he's very well spoken.
Okay, so if we're talking about like controversies this year, we didn't even talk about when he went after Jeff Dye for no reason. If you're talking about like one person who has stirred the most shit in comedy this year, it might be Mark Maron. He's been talking shit on Rogan, every one of those guys. For no reason, he was on Howie Mandel's podcast and was just like, I've never had a problem with any comedian except for Jeff Dye, and like calls him out by name. You probably wouldn't know him that much. And then I guess we didn't mention the Jeff Dye controversy. So not only did he get called out there, but then Jeff Dye put up a GoFundMe thing to move to Austin, and it fell through. And there was controversy of whether or not he wanted to give the money back. So Jeff Dye, you might have seen him on like TV and stuff, but he's kind of more. You'll see more of him in the near future, I'm assuming. But yeah, it's strange. Barron is introspective, but at certain times he seems blind to like the fact that he's had beefs with like everybody in comedy.
Yes, and when I'm saying introspective, I'm saying whenever he makes like the statement that he made there, like that was coming from what he felt. He was looking inside, and this is what he felt. So I can, and it was well spoken. I think well spoken is better. Introspective might have been bad wording, but he's well spoken when he makes his points. Like, I don't know about the other stuff because like I said, another thing with doing a show like this is to get a couple of people like me and Charles out of our show, out of our hermitness. And
well, you'll know all the comedy gossip in the near future, but who knows what controversies will unfold in 2026? I'm sure we're just around the corner from the first one.
Yeah, it's weird because when Rogan called out Ned Holness, I was touring and my mouth was shut about that. It's I don't know. I think activity has something to do with how eager I am to open my mouth.
I mean, well, that and just like paying attention to it, like they're like a lot of the stuff that he had brought up, I just didn't know who some of them were. Right. I didn't know that happened, so like that's more me getting back into things that I used to do, where I was like watching a lot, like when the Mencia Holness stuff happened, I was actually watching Rogan's Planet UFO and stuff like that and Ape TV. And so it was like a big, it was like a big thing that happened. Cause I mean, Mind of Mencia, that was like a huge show. And then after that, he just went off the face of the earth.
Yeah. I think of it from multiple perspectives, like me, who's wait, what does Rogan call them? People who are not comedians? Civilians? Do they call them civilians?
Civilians. Yeah.
Me currently am a civilian, but there's certain aspects where I'm like, well, a comedian thinks this. It's interesting because the whole Riyadh thing, I think multiple things at the same time, and I can understand people being angry and like on all sides of it. So it's interesting hearing things and kind of having like two halves of like this generational understanding of things, and it's fascinating. It really is fascinating that I don't know.
It's hard, man. It's hard. Your morality and your shit can be stirred up whenever there's like 7 figures in front of you. Trust me.
7. Make it 5.
Dude, I'm just saying, like, yeah, but even you gotta, and I understand what you're saying there, but think of it as 7, right? Just think of that. You're willing to you might be willing to do things that you never thought you would be, and especially like I said, when it comes to a morality play, because that's Jesus Christ.
Everyone has a price, Lapsed.
Good night, folks. I'm done. No.
Well, hell yeah. But yeah, we'll go into that one a little bit more. The only reason why I didn't grab material for it is, I mean, that's going to be longer than like a 5-minute conversation. So
no, for sure.
Yeah,
that may not be like comedy based either. That will be
for sure. For sure. So there is some comedy in there. I think I can intersperse some of it. I don't think you're familiar with the Tim Dillon situation along that whole thing. So Tim Dillon agreed to go on it. First, he told him no, and then they came back with another number, and he finally agreed.
Did they know he was a gay?
Yeah. Then he got fired from it for talking shit on them. So he did a whole monologue on his show, and it's quite amazing. So there's some comedy to be said about the whole situation. But yeah,
that I did know about. That I did know about the Tim Dillon thing.
Oh yeah, I mean Tim Dillon's awesome, but there's a lot to kind of go over with that whole Riyadh thing, and then I would definitely want Louis C.K.'s response to it, and Marin's, as well as quite a few other opinions. I know Stavros Halkias, he had quite a bit to say on it and why he said no to it, and then Shane Gillis said no to it. So it'd be fun to hear why. But Charles, sir, what do you have going on this week?
Sleep.
Overrated.
Sleep
is for the week.
Did the marathon ranking every movie I saw in 2025. year-end stuff. I don't know what else is coming up when. Just kind of, I don't know. Keep an eye out. Subscribe, all that shit.
Yeah, it was a fun stream.
Ring
Go
that
watch
bell.
it.
Yes, thank you. And let the commercials play.
Laps, sir. What do you have going on this week? I know you were you had another show earlier today, but
yeah,
you want to plug that and then explain what else you got going on?
Me and Lunchbox Warren, we usually review comics on Monday, but we had to do it today, and on Friday we'll be doing on last panel. We'll be ranking Kevin Smith movies, which should be a fun time. You know, personal lists. So that's always fun. You know, those are always fun to do because I think, like, you know, with minus the tier list, they're like, I think I'll leave tier lists to like when we all have time and we could start earlier, you know, because those just go longer. They just do. But we'll be ranking Kevin Smith movies and having fun with that. And then next Monday, me and Lunchbox Warren will be reviewing Batman Night Fight #2.
Hell yeah.
Which has been a lot of fun.
Yeah, I love checking out your guys' reviews together. But hell yeah, if you just can't get enough, make sure to like and subscribe and ring that bell at all the channels. But yeah, definitely check out last panel this Friday. Again, it's Kevin Smith rankings. You know you want to be there. You know you want to see who is ranking Tusk too high, perhaps not high enough. We'll see. There's going to be a battle.
Oh, it's definitely you.
I know there will.
It's definitely you.
What are you talking about?
Jackie Brown.
Because it's body horror doesn't mean. What are you talking about? Yeah, I'm sure you want to see who has what where. Come check it out. And then, yeah, Thursday on The Thinkers, whatever the channel is called. It's YouTube at Thinkers Doing a Think. Come check it out. I think it's getting awfully political over there. So, yeah, if you want to hear an international opinion on probably the Venezuela situation, coming over for that. Other than that, you know, like and subscribe, and then you'll know the next time we're live.
I might be sleeping that day.
Well, certainly not sleeping on a Tuesday, because hell yeah. And
I'll never
we'll
be on a
comedy.
Thinker's show. You have to know things that are, you know, like,
not necessarily.
You have to have an opinion.
I just said that are relevant.
Oh, indeed.
Yeah. Yeah. If you want to talk about things that have absolutely no merit in life, you know, that's me.
That's what I thrive on. What are you talking about? I asked my chat in a poll, what was the biggest event for comedy of 2025? 43% said new Chappelle / Gervais / Burr specials. 29% said other, and 29% said Riyadh Comedy Festival. So the Chappelle, Gervais, and Burr specials were the most important event for comedy in 2025. Interesting.
And yeah, you didn't even include Matt Rife in there. So we're talking that's within a 2 year. Well, if you're including Burr, sorry, his was March. So never mind. I was just thinking the 3 that dropped there, but you didn't put in Segura. My bad.
Other was tied with Riyadh, so
that must have been Segura. So it makes sense.
No, yeah, it was all the Rife and Segura votes. Brought that up.
The SNL 50, 29%.
Ooh, that must have been what it is. Everyone loved the 50th anniversary.
Oh yeah,
lapsed.
Big time.
Hit the button.
Okay.
Nights a time for laughter. We have the guys to fill a buster. Even though one of them is a jar of mustard. Thank God it's Tuesday. We take a look at comedians, and Charles used to be one. We have a lot to say about. Can you believe gray is a jar of mustard? And then there's lapsed. What does he do? And why is here? Thank God, it's Tuesday.
Yeah.
Why is here
Alive.
indeed?
Why is here?